Hello everyone, I'm Miss Molly from the Ashe County Public Library. Miss Rhonda from the North Carolina Cooperative Extension will be helping us discover new recipes every week as a part of our Imagine Your Plate series. For our recipes and more summer learning experiences, they will be linked in the description below.
All right, hi Miss Rhonda.
Hey Molly, how are you this week?
I'm good. We are into the Woods week. So our favorite fairy tales about things that happen in the woods.
Yes, I heard Goldilocks took a trip in the woods.
Goldilocks. Is Goldilocks part of our recipe this week?
It is. We're making Just Right, because you know Goldilocks, everything, Just Right Oatmeal.
All right.
We're going to make breakfast today.
So my favorite animal is a bear.
Okay.
And so Goldilocks and the Three Bears is a very close story to me.
It's a great story.
All right. So what do we need for our Just Right Oatmeal?
Okay, so today we're going to be making a quick cooking oats. So you need the quick cooking 1 minute oats.
Okay. That's what I have here.
And then we're going to need 3.5 cups of water.
Okay, I can get that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you can go ahead. Actually, you can bring your saucepan over to the front.
Okay.
Well, the recipes on oatmeal always call for you to boil the water first before you add the oats. And I found through the years that it really doesn't matter. You can add everything to your pot, and your oatmeal actually turns out a little creamier.
Okay.
So we're going to
Sounds good to me.
everything in there. So you need 2 cups of your quick oats.
Okay.
We're going to make a lot of oatmeal.
Yeah.
But you know, when I have leftover oatmeal, I put it in the refrigerator and warm it up the next day. It's just fun. Okay, now I like a little sweetness. Sometimes you can you could cut up an apple if you had it, but I love cranberries or raisins.
Okay, I have cranberries.
I gave you cranberries, so we need 1/2 cup of that.
So is there any special nutritional value to cranberries and raisins?
Cranberries and raisins are good sources of vitamin C, and they're dried, so they have some minerals, extra minerals in them that helps you. Okay, there you are. Then you need 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Okay, get my salt back.
Just a little salt really adds a lot. You really won't be able to taste the salt, but
Okay.
my dad used to eat oatmeal with salt and pepper. He didn't want sweet oatmeal. He wanted savory oatmeal. All right, now
That's how I eat grits, but
I've seen people eat grits sweet. I had never heard of that before.
I have ate grits sweet. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Okay.
This is optional. You can, if you like a sweet oatmeal. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, cinnamon.
Yes, that's my favorite part. I love cinnamon. So 1/2 teaspoon. There you are. Now you can just combine all that together, stir it a little bit, and put it on high heat. And wait for it to come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, you time it for 1 minute, and it should be done. If you put a lid on, it's okay, but you really have to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Now you were going to, you were telling me about different types of oatmeal the other day.
5 different types of oatmeal. So you got the 1 minute. So it basically has been rolled. It's been processed. So they roll it and cut it. There's a 5-minute oat, and I want to show you what that looks like. It's called an old-fashioned oat.
Okay.
See that the oat is a lot bigger than the quick oats that you have just been using. So they take a little longer. They've been called rolled because they roll the grain out once it's processed a little and cut it. And so this one hasn't been cut as much. So a little bit more nutritional value because it's been less processed. A lot of people eat instant oatmeal in the morning, and you can see how fine that is.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times this type of oatmeal is not as desirable as far as nutritional value. Some of it has sugar. This one doesn't. But you can see it has been refined quite a bit or processed. So we try to go with the least amount of process, but there's one more. This takes 40 minutes to cook. It is a Irish oatmeal, and it is the pure oatmeal. It has not been rolled. It is grain. It looks fine, but it is not. It is a hard little grain.
Okay.
And a lot of people make overnight oats with this. So it's funny because it takes 4 parts water to 1 part of this oat. So you put 4 cups of water, and you put 1 cup of this oatmeal, and you bring it to a boil, and then you would put it in the refrigerator. And then you would let it stay all night long, and then the next morning when you get up, you put that pot kind of back on your stove and cook it for about 10 minutes. And it is a really good tasting oatmeal. I go ahead and add walnuts and fruit and stuff like that at the end. It's really, really tasty. But it's a totally different texture.
So what is your favorite thing to use oatmeal for, like to put oats in?
Oh, I put oatmeal in meatloaf instead of breadcrumbs.
That's my favorite thing. I love meatloaf, and I only use oats in my meatloaf.
I think you and I were both raised kind of that way. That's what I love to make oatmeal cookies. I mean, I have to back off, but I love an oatmeal cookie. And I use oats. I make granola, and so I use oats in many dishes, savory and sweet.
All right. That sounds good. All right. We're starting to boil.
And it should thicken up on you in a minute. Is it already thick or is it?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
We are getting there, though.
So it's funny. It's 1 part water to 1 part, 4 parts water to 1 part oats in that really long cooking. Then the old-fashioned is 2 parts water or 2 cups of water for every 1 cup of oat. And then the one you said you had 3.5 cups of water to 1 cup of oats. I think that's what it said.
I got 3.5 cups of water to 2 cups of oats. Okay.
A little bit less water each time. That's interesting.
So that's 1.5 parts to 1 part. Can you tell us about that just a little bit? What it means to be like 1 part to another part?
Yeah. So if I were to take, if it's 4 to 1, a ratio of 4 to 1, that means that I would need 4 cups of water to 1 cup of oats.
Okay.
Or if I made less than that, it would be 2 cups of water to 1/2 cup of oats. So that's a 4 to 1 ratio. Rice is usually 2 parts water to 1 part rice, say. A lot of the recipes call for that. A lot of our grains are cooked that way.
And that's going to help you. Like if I wanted to make oatmeal for everyone at the library, I would know I would need 1.5 parts of water to 2 parts of oats. Right. Yeah.
So what? No. Well, let's see. Let's do. You would need 2 part oats to 3.5 parts water.
Okay. So as long as I have that ratio right, I should be okay.
Sometimes when you like really increase your amount, You possibly could even go with a 2-to-1 ratio with that recipe if you were cooking a big pot. I think I would go ahead and put, if you were using 4 cups of water, 2 cups of those oats, you'd probably be fine.
All right. I think we're ready. I'm going to bring it out here. We'll have a look at it.
That's a quick breakfast. Oh, yeah.
It's steaming real good.
Have some leftover raspberries to put on that.
I do.
Right. I love walnuts and fresh fruit in my oatmeal.
Get me a bowl.
So a serving or one of your grain servings is a half a cup of oatmeal.
Half a cup.
Half a
I think that's around what I got.
Yeah. Most people say, I eat more than that, so that's okay. I'm just telling you how to count your servings.
Got my raspberries.
All right.
I'll put a couple on there.
Okay. Beautiful garnish.
All right. So, what food groups are we hitting this week?
So we have hit the grain and the fruit.
All right. That sounds good.
Whole grain, because oats are always whole. They haven't figured out how to mess up an oat yet. They've left the bran and the germ with the endosperm, so you got the 3 parts of the grain are always there, so that's awesome.
All right. Let's try our oatmeal.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just right. I think Goldilocks would approve of it being just right.
Good. I'm glad Goldilocks is happy with that. Remember to eat you a little bit of breakfast, and you can make that the night before. Put it in the refrigerator and just warm it up in the microwave if you don't have time. There's always little ways to get breakfast in.
I like to eat breakfast for dinner a lot, so
Me too.
this would be a good breakfast for dinner. Very sweet type of thing. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Rhonda, and we will see you next week.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye. See you later.